Experts say one of the most significant indicators of how bad the coronavirus is spreading is hospital data. That's why we have been watching the state's ICU bed dashboard just very closely. Now today, the dashboard showed 5 hospitals in Pinellas County with 0 open ICU beds. But 10 Tampa Bay reporter Liz Crawford found accuracy on that dashboard might depend on when you check it.
Keep in mind, this information is constantly changing. But as of Monday afternoon, Pinellas County had 45 ICU beds available for the entire county. That's about 14% of their capacity.
There's a number of issues going on within our hospitals. One, obviously, we have more COVID patients. There's no question. And you can see that from our dashboard, about 31% of our ICU beds are as a result of COVID.
County Administrator Barry Burton says it's not just beds. You need to have the people to staff the intensive care units.
When they free up elective surgeries, well, then that frees up staff for them to be able to use that staff in other manners possible. So all these kind of go together. But staffing is a major issue.
On Monday, East Dunedin, Advent Health North Pinellas, Morton Plant, St. Petersburg General, and Northside all showed 0 open ICU beds on the dashboard. But on Sunday, Advent Health told us the information that we do not have ICU beds at Advent Health North Pinellas is not accurate. City and county leaders use the dashboard to make critical decisions. So I reached out to the state agency that oversees hospitals. I found out that ICU bed count can actually fluctuate based on the demand for the hospitals. A spokesperson with the Agency for Healthcare Administration sent a statement that said in part, hospitals have the ability to convert beds and bring additional ICU beds online in a surge situation when necessary. Hospitals plan and prepare for surge, although that additional capacity is not reflected on the dashboard. Some hospitals have discontinued elective procedures as a way to increase bed capacity.
So you might be wondering how EMS staff decide to take coronavirus patients to which hospitals. So let's take a deeper dive into what they're doing. A doctor with Pinellas County EMS tells us just a few days ago, they made the switch to something called system status management. It's a technique they usually use during the winter season, which is when hospitals in Pinellas are most busy. Basically, EMS works to distribute patients as evenly as possible to county hospitals. This prevents a sudden surge at one particular hospital. Paramedics, dispatch, and physicians decide where a patient should go.